We have a very special show tonight. We have moms from all across the country. There are some people, it seems to me, in the media that have been so quick to mock the people who are just gathering in town squares and town halls. Tonight, we're going to talk to actual people about what concerns average Americans. What is it that is eating at the people who are standing up? I think you're going to find their concerns quite normal indeed and rational. You know, everybody wants to make the Tea Party goers look like crazy, angry white people that are just ready to, you know, burn down the entire country. Anybody want to do that here? No. That's not who the Tea Parties are, and they miss that. Today, I just want to show you people that may seem an awful lot like you. These are concerned moms. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, concerned moms that look at the future and say, gosh, I can't imagine how this is all going to work out. And if you agree with this statement, that the Democrats and the Republicans and the Independents that you know in real life, the people that are your neighbors, those people are different than the people who we have elected and sent to Washington.
Completely different.
Okay. Bonnie says no, kind of. A little bit. Why not?
I think it depends on where you live. I live in a very liberal, ultra-liberal community, and I see the anger every day. Okay. And I don't like it. I feel completely alone in the town that I live.
You live in the New York area?
I live in New Jersey, in Englewood, New Jersey.
My condolences on that. I'm sorry for that. Your concern?
Yeah, for the past week, I've been a little bit concerned. They passed that bill last week, defunding ACORN, and also to have the federal government take over all of the student loans. So how do we know now that they're not going to direct our children into professions that they think that they should be taking, whether they're lacking, not something that our kids want to go into, but something that they're being forced into or they will not get a loan? Because, you know, with the economy the way it is, we're not all going to be able to pay for our kids' education. We need student loans.
I mean, who is it that's tearing us apart? Who is it that's tearing us apart? Is it the media? Is it people like me? Is it the Tea Party people? Is it what?
It's the government.
It's the government.
It's the government.
It's the media, for sure.
The only people I have heard doing the name calling are Nancy Pelosi, the pundits on CNN, the pundits on ABC, NBC. I quit watching regular news the night of the election when they called me a racist because I happen to live in the South and didn't vote for Barack Obama. So I must be a racist. I won't watch them anymore.
Well, the president says, though, that he doesn't believe that. He's the president.
But he started it.
Barbara, I like your reaction. You just kind of like,
yeah, we know better.
People here, because Bill O'Reilly has talked to me about this several times, and he has said, Glenn, you're worried about communism, you're worried about all of this stuff. I don't see that as a threat because communism has been discredited, et cetera, et cetera. How many?
It's from within.
For people who don't know history and who don't understand what communism is. And when we go to socialism, socialism is communism light. People don't know that. You wouldn't believe how many high school children, as well as young college kids, don't know what socialism is. I've had somebody say to me, and I found that absolutely frightening, oh, I'm okay with socialism. I'm all right. That's because they don't understand it, they've never lived under it, and they don't know their history.
To listen to the teachers in the educational system talk about it now, Thomas Jefferson must have been some sort of atheist, where if you read, even the 5,000-Year Leap, thank you for recommending that book. Thanks. When you read these things and then you go do further research and see that these were God-fearing men of different denominations, some of totally different religions, but all agreed that God had to play a central role in it because without the morality that comes from a God-based life and a God-based governmental system, the entire thing would fall apart. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing in our society now.
Is there anybody?
We have our concerns, and I'm glad that we're getting together and we're fighting back. But I feel like the more we fight back, the more the government is fighting back in our direction. I chose to homeschool my kids because I didn't want them indoctrinated. I didn't want them being exposed to everything that they're being exposed to in schools. I didn't want to vaccinate even on the government schedule. And the government feels themselves losing that control, and they say, well, you can homeschool, but you have to teach this curriculum. You still have to teach the pro-homosexual tolerance agenda. You still have to vaccinate because your kids are still going to go out in public. And it's just one of those things, what can we do if the more we fight and the more we stand on our personal rights to say, okay, my family, I'll do things my way instead of your way, they take those away from us.
Can I tell you something?
Well, it's not being taught to our children how our founding fathers had a great belief, excuse me, in God and in the Creator. And this is a list of the 50 states, their preamble, and every single state invokes his name, either Almighty God or the Creator, or they always invoke his name. And I don't think our children are being taught that our founding fathers really relied on the power of God.
You're going to be the most unpopular man in the room here, but we have made mistakes as a nation.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so nobody has a problem with that.
No.
What is the problem then of apologizing for our country? What is the problem then with him saying it? Yes.
He apologizes to dictators.
Pardon me?
To dictators. He apologizes all the time, bows to kings, and it's just so in your face. You could see through it. You always tell us to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Most of the women in this room see the picture, Glenn.
You know, I will tell you.
We see it.
This country needs to stop apologizing for freedom, because without freedom, we don't have anything.
That's right.
And that's why we're screaming mad.
Hey, there's this book that is in the schools now, too. It's called Barack Obama, Son of Promise, Child of Hope, which portrays Obama in a godlike manner, where he's going to save our children and be the bridge to their future.
Does anybody have a problem with that? Does anybody think that the media... No, wait. Okay, come on, there's got to be some dissent here. No.
America is a God-inspired idea.
Yeah.
And if you take him out, we can't have America without God.